Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. I'm so happy you're here. I hope you had a wonderful weekend, was able to relax or craft. Before we start, I put pictures on Facebook of this fodder that I had created. I've never done it before, but I wanted to show you. Like these things, I can't draw for nothing, but I took some magazines and some book page and I just kind of started drawing, like making lines and loops. And I have a little mushroom, of course. This is just all denim. I was doing it on denim as well, and I quite enjoyed that. So here's one on denim. And then I started making some hearts. Hearts are always fun to add. I don't have white markers or anything like that, so I'm going to be hopefully getting a white one, and so that I can have more play. But there's a flower. I think this one's my favorite. And then there's this one. And then I stamp on them with words and stuff. And so I just have a bunch of petals that I drew on the backs, and then I cut them out. But I just wanted to show you that. I was just having some fun playing. So for today, we're gonna use our die cuts again from Globleland. And I made this nice and vintage. I just added those sweet kids there. They're all dressed up. And I just put some leaves there. I did some stamping. You know how much I enjoy stamping. And then I just put a little piece there. It's still wet. And then that's the back. But I just decided to do some more die cutting. And then the backs are white. You can leave them that way, or you can use these like we had in the last video and glue them on top. But these ones I think I'm actually going to leave plain because I want to stack them into a journal. Finally I got all my journals put together that I had made. I have a big huge one for EPHEMERA, and then I had this extra bunch of denim that I added here, and I just kind of made that. But I added, these are some of the pockets that we had been creating, and I put some of the stuff in here. So I have pages in there to fill, and I have another. Then I put this journal together. I did add, that's one of the ones that we had done. I added it in here into this pocket that I made. Let me just take it out. So it just sits here behind his head, and I'm not sure I added anything else, but I have these journals and I'd really like to start to fill them. And this one has 3 signatures, but I have a topper for it, but I need to sew it. Anyway, let's just have a play. Grab my bag here. I still have a clean side, so I'm gonna use it. And I just cut these out, as well as some of these tags. So these fun ones with all the little ridges, and also the plain ones, but these look like they've been stitched all around. So let's play with those. Do some stamping, make them nice and, I don't know, vintage, grungy, whatever. All right, so I'll just take this one because it's plain. Grab up your stamps, whatever you're playing with, you know, whatever you're making, and let's just relax and create together. How's that? I have my black ink. I just use the Memento, and I like it because it's permanent. Oops, let's do it this way. So it's Sunday today. It's a lovely day out, even though it's quite chilly. But the sun is shining, and yeah, it's quite nice. I figure as long as it's sunny out, it doesn't matter how cold it is. There, so I usually just take my stamps and start stamping all around. Numbers, words, shapes, it doesn't matter. It's whatever you like. And I don't do the whole thing because I'm going to put something on the fronts of them. And it doesn't have to be Tim Holtz people. It doesn't have to be anything to do with Tim Holtz. It can be flowers, birds, whatever you would like to put on there. All right, and then I just have this little script stamp. And these are the Globleland stamps that I use. There we go. It's just doing a background. You know, you just make a background of interest, like whatever you want to do to create a background, and you just do it. It's upside down, it doesn't even matter. There, and so that can be the background for it. And then this is one of the packs I got from Jean. It's Organic Layers, Tim Holtz Organic Layers. And so this is what I mean. You just have to add a bird. Right, let's see if I have a flower. I quite like him. Some leaves. And it doesn't have to be the whole thing, right? It can be just parts of it. And then you can just trim off the rest. Does that look too full on there? Probably. I don't want to take up a whole bunch of time. It's got a little break in it, so I'm going to take it off. It was kind of broken. Well, this piece is too. So just take it off. Probably could have glued it down, but I didn't want the whole entire thing anyway. And that little leaf is looks like it's gonna fall off as well, but I'm going to hopefully not have it fall off. I was thinking as I was talking, I don't think I want the leaf there after all that. That's funny. But just to have something in the background, doesn't have to be the whole thing. I'm just going to cut it off center. Just rough it up. I do this with the scissors, and then when you ink it, the ink just soaks right into it. It's kind of fun. Gives it another element of texture there, and these it's like card, these words, but I still like to bend them up and give them a look, and it just gives it a nice vintage look there. So maybe I'm going to put it there. And I've been using this clear gel tacky glue just to get rid of it, actually. I don't want to throw it out. I need to just use it up so that I can reuse the jar. And I'm going to put my Fabri-Tac into that jar because it's a nice little hole and it's already upside down, which is great. So now I'm going to put the bird there. So you don't need a whole bunch of stuff. And you don't have to use the pockets on all of them. This is just to show you that even though the die cuts come with pockets, you don't have to use the pockets if you don't want to. I mean, the idea is to just, you know, think of different ways, and I'm hoping to give you some ideas to do that. And I have some this, oh, I should have stuck some behind him. He should still be wet. Let's see if it'll work. I just kind of scrunch it up. Let's see. Oh yeah. The thing about the tacky glue is that it does take a little bit to dry. Oh, that's much better. It's nice layered. It gives it another texture there, which is so fun. So now I guess the trick is just leave them alone and let them dry. And if it doesn't hold, then I will come back and use my Fabri-Tac, but given some time, it should hold. That's what I tell myself anyway. So there, and there's a little bit of the texture in behind him. So we'll just set him aside. Okay, excuse me. So let's use this. So this can be used this way, can be used this way. It doesn't matter how you want to do it. So this is my little Tim Holtz. I love this boy with the dog. He's just so cute. And then I'll just lay things down just to see what they look like. This is from a book spine. I might try to incorporate that. Might look all right, you never know. Some ruler. Anyway, let's ink it up. Oh my goodness, I didn't even ink the other one up. Get on a roll and then I just completely forget about it until I look at it and it's like, oh yeah, that's what I was gonna do. And of course it's shedding. And then I just take the black, and I don't even use a dauber or anything. I just go around the edges. And if some comes up, then I like that look too, just to kind of give it a bit of grunge. Any colors can be used. I have some cheesecloth. Let me I just brought over a bunch of different things just in case I wanted it and I don't have to stop in the middle of anything and look around. This stuff is so fragile. It stretches and comes apart, and I still haven't tried dyeing it with color. I haven't done that yet. Maybe I'm a little nervous about doing it. I haven't even stamped on it yet, see? But that's okay. I'm going to put this here. Just add it. Just like that. Oop, sticky stuff. I'm gonna grab, this is a huge stamp, but I only want a portion of it. So I'm just going to put the piece that I want on the stamp block. You don't even have to use a stamp block. Now let's try it without. See what happens. I'll just ink up a portion of it here. Just like that. Doesn't matter if it's upside down or not. And then just press it with your hand. Oh, look at that. That turned out lovely. Very nice. And then that's all you really need. But I'm going to pop this letter R on there. You can use different colors for your stamping. I like adding reds in with the black every now and again. It just gives it a really nice look, but I didn't grab my red, so I won't be doing that here. So let's see if I can... Oh, look at that. I can tear a piece off. Okay. Yeah, I was very sad for my daughter. Her kitty cat died suddenly, and I'm not sure if the vet's gonna find out why. So yeah, I was pretty sad for her. He wasn't very old, which makes it even stranger. But yeah. Oh boy. He's adorable. And I'm just gonna cut a little bit of this ruler. Give it some ink. And I could leave it a tuck spot, which is what I just might do. More tuck spots, the better. Or you can use the pockets, right? There we go. So there, and it's a tuck spot, just like that. No, I like the ridged side, so that's what I'm going to show. And I'm just going to put it on the side. Why not? And there we go. Just like that. And that's what you can be done. I might sew around it. I'll decide later what I'm going to do. But let's grab one of these. I think yeah, let's do this one. Why not? Do some stamping ahead of time this time. Let's see. Let's just do some words right off the bat. Some of the script. I really like script, so it's just such a nice thing to add to projects. And you can just do corners. You don't have to do a whole bunch. Doesn't have to be straight. Doesn't have to be upright. You know, I always say it doesn't matter if it's upside down or not. It's just adding background, which is awesome. So if you go to Globleland, if you haven't done that already and you decide to, if you use my Brenda 10 code, you'll receive 10% off your purchase. I'm just putting some of these into the blank spaces, and you can go over what you've already stamped too. It gives it, it just looks like another element. There we go, just like that. These ones look like coffee circles, but I won't do it in brown, of course, because, oops, because the paper is brown, and just lose sight of it. And I'll just do a partial one over there. Oh, that's fun. Okay, so there's our stamping. And let's put a pocket on this one. Where'd my pockets go? Pockets. Here they are. We'll use this one. Oh yes, why not? So then what I do is I put it where the perforations are because I want this to fit properly. So I just want to make sure I'm in screen, and I'll just make my folds. There's already the fold marks there, but this just helps me to set it in the proper spot. And I didn't take that out. I mean, you don't have to. And so there, that will be the pocket. It looks like it's already stamped. And so I'm just going to glue the sides down. And there we go. It moved anyway. So there we go. And if you do use this clear glue, then I find that it's wetter than the white tacky glue, the Aleene's white tacky glue, which is what I use all the time. So they're not the same type of glue at all. So this clear one is wetter than the white stuff. So there we go. So we have a pocket. And then we can dress the pocket, can add whatever you want up there, which maybe, see if I have a butterfly or something that will actually fit up there. Let's try this one. This is, oh yeah, that's pretty. Everything's full of fluff. There we go. So I'm going to quickly ink this up if you don't mind. I didn't ink up the pocket, which I should have done before I glued it on, but you know, sometimes I just get in a zone. And I'm just going to do that. And it's okay if that got inked up because it's going to be that way anyway. So perfect. And because this is, you know, close to the same color, I'm going to glue that up. Doesn't mean I'm going to use it. It just means that it's ready if I'm going to. Just try and find a little something for the pocket maybe. Oh, he's cute. But there's so much white. I'm just going to trim quickly around him. So much white, so this way take some of it off. There, it's not so bad now. If you have words, add words. I think I might pop that there, but I am going to leave it open as an extra tuck spot, even though we have the pocket. And then I'll show you how I'm going to add them into the journal. pop the butterfly over there. Oh yes, there we go. Very cute. And this bird, he just looks like he should be there. So I'm going to do it. Do I need to add anything behind him? I have just this little tiny bit left of the cheesecloth from what I used before. Let's just add that little scrap. Why not? It was there. And you can still access the tuck spot. So, and there we go. And you can be done. And then you just add bits of goodness into the pocket, just like that. Isn't that adorable? And this, did I leave this open? Oh, I didn't. Not that one. I thought I did. Oh no, it was on this I left open, right? So let's find a little something to pop in there. And it's just to show. These are mini book covers. I really like to use them as mini journals. So I will score down these lines and have this as the spine, and I'll add paper. So I'm just going to add, oh, that's the same color. Let's add a different one. There we go. So there are our creations today, and I'm just going to grab up one of my journals, and we're actually going to attach a couple of them. All right, so let me just close that. And I know I have more to do, but you know, it's all a process. It's all on my desk. It's all stuff that I do. All right, so let's take this one and go into the first signature and just pick a page. This is as good a page as any. And this one has a pocket. So I'm going to add it there. You can leave the back open if you want. I won't do that. Not for this one anyway. And I'm just going to glue it on. Make sure you get your corners if you do this. And I'm not taking that little hole thing out. It's just going to get glued right down. Can add a topper to it. You don't have to. It's whatever. And I'm just going to add it right in there. This is the one we just finished, so it's still wet, but that's okay. And see, I didn't glue around these edges. Oh yes, I did. Or, sorry, ink, but I did. I'm thinking of the other one. And so how pretty does that look? And then with my, with the doily images there, but you can stencil on this. I didn't bring a stencil, of course, or I could show you. I don't even have a spare one here. So anyway, but if you have stencils, use your stencils. So that's in the first signature. Let's come to the second signature. And so this is where you can add one, but then you can add another if you wanted, or you can keep these to pop into pockets themselves. So you don't even have to do it at the bottom of the page, right? This one I'm going to leave open because it's a flatter back. So I'll leave it open as a extra tuck spot, extra pocket. From the top, I'll do it. This is very sturdy cardstock, so it's going to be all right. It will work. It just has to dry, of course. So I'm just going to set it right there. And I like the music paper behind it. Just need to make sure it's straight. Yes, it is. So then this can be added in the pocket, or this can be a standalone. And I think I'm going to actually, when I make pockets, I'll just put this into a pocket. And then the back can be written on, which is fun. All right, so I'm going to leave that, let it dry. Oh yes, I made this on Saturday and just kind of added it in there. And so we have this last one. We might as well do them all. Put this into the third signature right there. And again, you can just leave it open. You don't have to, but I will on this one again because it's a thinner cardstock. And I'll just set it there. And then once it's dry, then I can add things into the pockets. And so there we go. So we created and we added into the journal, which is great. So there we go. Where there's this one, I'm going to put into a pocket and it has a tuck spot there. And then we created this one. I think the paper's crooked. It's not what I just put there. And then there's this one. And then in the first one, there's this one. All right, I think that's all of them. Looks like it. All right. And then I had made this one. And I just kept this plain stamped on it. Made this little tag. With one of the tags, just added a piece of fabric and a bulb pin picture, and then just stuck it up top there. So there's that as well. All right, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this. Questions, comments, please leave them below. Know that you are very appreciated, and have a very blessed rest of your day. All right, take care. Bye for now.